Gatorland. I am in Orlando, Florida for the next couple days. Yeah, I'm doing some touristy stuff here. I've had a craving for gators ever since I got to Florida. Well, even before I got to Florida, but I've only seen one. This place is billed as, I guess, the gator capital of Florida. I've seen signs everywhere. I'm gonna start my adventure here. I'm also gonna be doing some Disney Star Wars stuff that I haven't done before, and some other cool stuff in this video. Yeah, let's start the adventure and see some prehistoric reptiles. Alligator comes from Spanish el lagarto, which means the lizard. This lizard arrived on planet Earth 53 million years ago. There's something called genetic memory, and when I look at these crocs in the eye, I wonder if these alligators remember the asteroid that almost wiped them out.
Please grab all trash and belongings you may have brought with you before exiting the train.
They also have some of those little Looney Tunes running around here. It's just a festival of reptiles. I saw a sign for a turtle. I want to go see that, but you can get kind of lost here. There's no particular path to go in a analog sort of way, so I'm just gonna wander, enjoy all these beautiful animals. Yeah, they have a zip line here. I also just learned that the Egyptian god of the Nile and of robbery was a crocodile. His name was Sobek. The beasts here range from babies to like 8 feet long. Sometimes I look at how peaceful they look in there and I can't help but wonder what side of the cage I am on. They also have recreations of like fake diners and villages and stuff here at Gatorland. I see this place as not just a celebration of the beast, but of swamp life in general, which has its charm. Right now I'm walking through a long boardwalk area that's just a big swamp. I wish they had stuff like this in the Everglades. This is actually super enjoyable to walk through. Makes me want to do some photography in a landscape like this. I have yet to really shoot much of anything since the Delaware Water Gap. How beautiful is all of this? This is all duckweed down here, not algae. I also feel like I'm in a tropical rainforest right now. When I started out this road trip, I was just escaping the first painting splatterings of fall color in New England. Now I feel like I'm back in the beginning of spring. It's like a jump back in time. At the end of that swamp walk is the oldest alligator and the biggest one here. He's 75, the same age as this park. Gatorland is apparently the first theme park in Florida. I know that because I took the train ride around the park. Our train tour operator told us that. Right now I'm walking on the Alligator Hall of Fame. I passed by the Terminator a few ones back. There's like 2,500 alligators in this park. I had been finding the gators here to be a difficult subject to shoot, mostly because they're doing nothing. It's hard to make videos that are interesting when nothing is moving. And then all of a sudden there was a loud splash and this gator started contorting its body violently in the water. This bird started going nuts. It was just a big burst of violence right here 10 minutes before the park closes. I captured some of the audio. Right now, I'm in the observation tower. I'm gonna head back to the van. I am staying at a Koa campground tonight. Yes, Koas are expensive. I am not stealthing in Orlando because it's hot at night and my van is not built for that. All right, I'm gonna head back to the van, hopefully catch another act of gator violence on the way out. It's a nice spot for a Koa, no privacy, but I have my own fire pit. I've never had that before. There's nothing but strip malls in this part of Orlando, although I did see one that I think was a Disney clearance store. I kind of want to get in that. I'm gonna go out and walk in that direction, enjoy this beautiful sunset. The weather is just perfect right now. The Disney clearance store was kind of cool. There's just like strip malls in every direction, lots of thrift shops. The second castle I've seen on this vacation. Yeah, and then I just came back to my Koa and did some editing. There was a comic book store open, which seemed to be the place to be on a Thursday night. I kind of wish I got into that comic book subculture. I never did. Today, I have to wait for the Koa office to open at 9 to complete my registration, whatever that means. Kind of annoying, so I'm just sitting here. I do want to get to Disney Hollywood Studios. That's my plan for today. This is just something to feed me. I'm not even sure I'm going to film there. This is not for YouTube. I'm just, I am on vacation, so I want to have fun. By the way, how do you like the new Gatorland shirt?
Supervise your children. Tell them it's a prisoner transfer.
I actually named my van the Death Star because I'm a huge fan of the original Star Wars trilogy. The thing I liked most about them was not necessarily the plot or the heroes, but the interior design of the Death Star specifically. It just left an imprint on me. It was like this retro, futuristic, Gothic Art Deco style. And they have built a Star Wars Galaxy's Edge display here, a recreation of the Death Star. You can ride through it. The attention to detail and the interior design of that thing is just mind-blowing. I really felt like I was on a spaceship. I did, in fact, spend 10 hours here at the Hollywood Studios. I had a great time. There's a lot of strange people who walk around Disney World, like, by themselves. I guess I'm one of them, but I'm talking about people who, like, dress and act all kind of weird, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure they're into the whole Disney thing, and I'm for people being themselves, but I feel like they're acting out a fetish, you know what I mean? But yeah, I like Disney World, not as much as Gator World, but it ranks high. Right now, the sky is amazing, one of the best I've seen. Can you see that? The mixture of clouds. I'm gonna try to get back to my van and get my camera out and try to shoot that, if I can find my van.
Turn right, then turn right.
Alright. This looks promising. That campground served me great. I didn't really film much. Honestly, I haven't filmed much over the past 2 days here in Orlando. That's because for the first time, I feel like I'm really on vacation. And that meant taking a break from filming for a while and just having time for me. This is probably my last day in Orlando, and I've reached a big conclusion. I'll save that for the end of this walk. Right now, I've found a state park in Florida that actually has hiking trails and stuff. Something I find very hard to do here. This is called Green Mountain State Park. It's kind of on the northern edge of Orlando. And I'm seeing something right now that I have not seen my entire time in Florida. Hills. There's a nice observation platform here with a view of tree tops, which is as good as it gets around here. There was also a warning about gators and pythons on this trail, which as far as I can tell is just a Jeep road. And over here there is something rustling in the brush. My tour boat operator on that Everglades airboat ride told me that if you ever encounter a gator, don't run away. Don't run in straight lines because the gator can outrun you. He said what you want to do is move at like acute angles over its left and right shoulder because it takes the gators a lot of time and energy to move their body 90 degrees. So yeah, I'm not sure I actually want to test out that theory in a live encounter, but it's better than my primary idea of beating it to death with my tripod. I've run into a bunch of former Bostonians in Gatorland and Disneyland over the past couple days. Told them I'm considering moving to Florida because of the New England winters. They said, don't do it. It's not worth it because of the heat. Normally, other people's opinions don't influence me much. I think after a week here, I am drawing a definite conclusion, though. I've realized how much I need big state parks in my life, like big, good hiking trails. This place, I just got 12 miles in, but it's not very expansive. It's not very scenic. And all the big green spaces here are like golf courses. Yeah, I'm deciding that I could not live in Florida. Yeah, I've reached that conclusion. I had to touch bottom with it, though. Now I have another big decision to make. The truth is, I've had a blast in Orlando the last 2 days. Weather's been great. Finally, I found a part of Florida I really like. But I'm also at the apogee of this vacation, the point at which I start falling back down to earth, or Boston, as I should say. I've got to start driving back eventually. I'm just not sure if I'm ready to do that yet. A part of me wants to give Florida a proper farewell. Spend tomorrow like doing something historic, having a nice dinner, you know. But part of me also wants to rip off the Band-Aid, get behind this wheel right now and start driving north and get the heck out of the state tonight. I'm just not sure what to do right now. I'm having those driver's dilemmas. So I'm gonna sit here for 5 minutes and just think about it. Then I'm just gonna start rolling.